So in this video I'm going to go over the external regions of the brain. And so the way I want to start off is by going over the lobes first. So this part right here, this is the frontal lobe. And then if I turn it this way, right, this part over here, this is all considered the parietal lobe. And then if we look at it posteriorly, right, this is the occipital lobe. If you look at it from a lateral view, right, this is the temporal lobe. Now, the next thing I want to cover is the fundamental difference between gyri and sulci. So gyri are the elevated ridges, which are this part over here. And sulci are the grooves that are in between. So all of these right here. And fissures are deep. So for instance, this right here, this is the longitudinal fissure. Okay. Some of the sulcuses, so this is the lateral sulcus, and then on the back, this is the parietal occipital sulcus. And let's see what else. So, and then this one on the back, this is the transverse cerebral fissure. So now that we just finished talking about gyri and sulci, the next one I want to talk about is the central sulcus. So this part that goes along here, this is the central sulcus. And so let's talk about this right here. So this is the pre-central gyri, or gyri, pre-central gyri. And this one here is the post-central gyri. So pre-central gyri, post-central gyri. Okay. So at the pre-central gyri, this is for primary motor. So the primary motor cortex. And the post-central gyri is the primary somatosensory cortex. So now let's work anteriorly and go over some of the structures. So starting, let me see this way. So over here, they just wanted to show the frontal lobe, and on this side, they're showing the specific regions for the frontal lobe. And this part over here, this is the prefrontal cortex. This is where you do all your thinking, right? And then if you look at it from this point of view, so this is known as Broca's area. So we have Broca's area and also Wernicke's. Now both of these deal with speech, right? But there's a difference between the two. So at Broca's, this is for its motor, so it's speech production. This is Wernicke's, right? So this is understanding speech, right? This is sensory. So that's these two. If we go above that, this is the writing area. So whenever you're taking an exam, you're writing down, you're using this part. And this one, that's in front of the primary motor cortex, is the premotor cortex. So this is where you're planning your movements. And so we talked about those. So now if we look at it laterally, this is the primary auditory cortex, right? Just think about where your ears are, right? So this is for hearing. And then the one in light green, this is the auditory association. And then on the back side, this is the primary visual cortex, which is in yellow. And that's it.